Hey VC, this is Chris. I'm back for part 5 of this solo piano video series. This one is not solo piano, but it is piano without other musical accompaniment except for more pianos. So to get started, I'll show some couple of CDs related to this and then do the vinyls. So to begin with, Marilyn Crispell and Irene Schweitzer. This is on FMP label, Overlapping Hands, 8 segments. So 2 pianos on these compositions. Irene Schweitzer, Marilyn Crispell. I've shown both of these artists before on the solo albums that they had. And then we get to a classical version of this, Franz Schubert, piano music for 4 hands. So this isn't 2 keyboards, but 1 keyboard with 2 people playing it. So 4 hands on the keyboard. This is on the Sony label, and I'll put details in the comments. This earlier one, the Crispell Schweitzer, was 1991. Then Leopold Godowski. This is piano music for 4 hands. So just like the last one, piano, 4 hands on the piano. This is on the Marco Polo label, 1993. And then we have Graham Fitkin, as played by Piano Circus. So this is Graham Fitkin was the proposer. This is on the Argo label, 1992. And Piano Circus is a 6-person group, all playing pianos, handling Mr. Fitkin's composition. 3 songs, Log, Line, and Loud. And then another one by Graham Fitkin, Hard Fairy is the name of this. It's also on the Argo label, 1994. Graham Fitkin plays piano. He also has support from 2 other people playing piano and 1 on saxophone. So Graham Fitkin, Hard Fairy. Then another jazz album. I've shown these guys individually. Rand Blake, Jackie Byard. But on this one, they're both playing together. It's called Improvisations. It's on the Soul Note label from 1981. So Rand Blake and Jackie Byard combining for Improvisations. Then another modern composer, Earl Brown, music for piano or pianos. David Arden is the pianist. So he's got various songs on here. This is on New Albion label, 1996. So some single piano, some more than 1 piano. Earl Brown. And John Cage. I've shown some other John Cage for solo piano. This is more than solo. This is Double Edge is the group that is performing this. Edmund Neiman and Nort Teals, dual pianists. So there's three compositions on here, two of them for two pianos. One of them was written especially for this duo. One of them is for prepared pianos. The third one is called Experiences, which is the shortest piece on the CD. But John Cage on CRI, Composers Recordings Inc. There were several of those on part 4 of this video by that same label. Now here's one, Alexandre Guillemot, Duos for Piano and Harmonium. So 2 keyboards, just not 2 pianos. Ernst Breidenbach and Johannes Matthias Michael are playing the 2 keyboards. This is on the Signum label from 2001. And then another modern composer, Roger Smalley. Album is called Accord. This is on the Continuum label from 1996. So Roger Smalley makes up the bulk of this album. David Lumsdaine, 21-minute track. Ricardo Formosa, a 9-minute track. Roger Smalley with a 39-minute track, making it. So Daniel Herskovich and Erzsébet Moroskovy playing the pianos. And then the last 2 on the Koch label, Malinova Sisters, titled Memories of the Bolshoi. So they're playing Tchaikovsky, Prokofiev, and Khachaturian. 2 piano compositions from 1992. And then the last one is called Celtic Keyboards, Duets by Irish Composers. And the Irish composers are John Field, Joan Trimble, and George Alexander Osborne. And piano duo is Bruce Posner and Donald Garvelman. This is also on Koch from 1994. Now the final LPs that related to this. This one I may have shown before. Not sure. I didn't double check. But Anthony Braxton for 2 pianos. So this is Braxton playing one of the pianos, and Frederick Grudzinski, which we've seen on some of these other piano-related videos, and Ursula Opens. They both are proponents of modern music, new music, piano, Stravinsky composes himself. Besides playing these, Ursula opens, as far as I know, she's just a performer of other people's music, but big proponent of it. So Anthony Braxton, this is on Arista from 1982. And then Ferrante and Teicher, dynamic twin pianos on United Artists from 1960. This is a gatefold album. Ferrante and Teicher, and from their descriptions, it makes you think that this was back in the era of, lounge music, like Martin Denny or Esquivel, where they talked about more of the effects rather than the music itself. But anyway, for twin pianos. And then we get to a more classical piano. Eden and Tamir, two pianos, Encore. This is on the London label. From 1970. And they do songs by a variety of classical artists. Khachaturian, Rachmaninoff, Weinberger, Poulenc, Schubert, Brahms, Arinsky, Schumann. Music for two pianos. And they happen to be the artists on this one also. Music for two pianos. You can see Rachmaninoff, Milhaud, Ludoslavsky, and Polnick. Brach Eden and Alexander Tamir on London. This is from 1965. Music for two pianos. And then we move up a little bit to contemporary jazz. Corea, Herbie Hancock. On Polydor. I think this was the first of their two albums that they did together. This is a 2 LP set. Also a gatefold. Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, jazz versions of two piano music. And then part 4 showed that there was a contemporary or composer recording, CRI series. This was part of it, but this one is focused on more than a single keyboard. So this might be multiple keyboards or multiple hands. It has a work by Robert Helps, which was he was a pianist in the series 4, had one that he'd done himself, and he's also a composer. But more than a single keyboard here. And we also saw Igor Stravinsky was in this series at some point. So here we have Concerto for 2 pianos, 5 pieces for piano 4 hands, and 3 pieces for piano 4 hands. This is on the Mace label again, Igor Stravinsky. The Kontarsky duo is playing the music, Alphonse and Alois Kontarsky. This is from 1970. Igor Stravinsky. And then another two piano LP playing music of Mozart and Schubert, Maria and Rado Lupo. This is on CBS or Columbia Masterworks. $1985 was the date of this issue. And legendary artists play piano for 4 hands on the Klavier label. Various pianists play these songs. A couple of them, they're all by classical artists: Schubert, Tchaikovsky, Arinsky, Strauss. Music for 4 hands. This is 1973. And then more music for multiple keyboards and multiple number of pianists. Walter and Beatrice Klein are the pianists doing this. Bizet, Chabrier, also Walter Klein and Rene Krakel. This is on the Turnabout label. Music for more than a single keyboard and more than 2 hands. And then modern music for 2 pianos. Yarbrough and Cowan are the pianists, and they play Wallingford Rieger, Vincent Perschetti, and Nikolai Berezovsky. Again, this is the CRI label, 1974. And then the last 2, Gottschalk Festival. Eugene Liszt is the primary pianist. This is on the Turnabout label. This is a 3 LP set. 1969. So various works by Gottschalk. People are sort of honoring him at this thing. Complete works for piano and orchestra. 5 pieces for piano, 4 hands. So Eugene Liszt organizing this thing. And then we end up with Monster Concert. 10 pianos, 16 pianists. This is on Columbia label. Eugene Liszt from the previous showing LP set is involved in this. Some other pianists, but it's also, related to various. Gottschalk is included in this, but also there are other pianists you know, but there, you might think this is similar to Glenn Branca with the Guitar Army, where he's doing concerts with multiple guitars playing. So here we've got multiple pianists. Stars and Stripes Forever, William Tell Overture, Maple Leaf Rag by Scott Joplin, several by Gottschalk himself. So, Monster Concert, many keyboards. So, that wraps up this series. Thanks for everybody for watching, even though this was took a long time, 5 different videos. You know, I feel like some of these other people that have put many things together, you know, expanded what started out as a simple concept. But thanks for watching anyway, and I'll see you on the next video.